Kenny, hello.
Hello.
I want you all to meet Kenny Raskin, the artistic director of Hearts and Noses Hospital Clown Troupe.
Hello, dear.
There he is. So Kenny, people don't know you and don't know your history, so
How do they not know me?
I know you. So
What, I've been hiding?
no, he's not shy. But can you tell us how did you get into clowning?
Through the back door.
Hmm.
The School of Hard Knocks.
Mm.
I was decided after college to be an actor, much to my father's chagrin, but he got on board after a while. And I lived in Atlanta and started doing some acting. And then I got a job in 1976 at the World of Sid and Marty Krofft. What is that? It was an indoor amusement park in Atlanta at a place called the Omni. And I was a children's storyteller, and everybody was dressed in fantastical clothing with a lot of makeup and everything. And so I got interested in doing physical theater, I guess, and I joined a mime troupe called Company K. But I was not good at this stuff. I didn't like it really. So I started to play with props. And luckily, Mealy Kay, the woman who ran Company K, she would get these requests to have mimes come to their restaurants or bars. And so she would send me out, and I would go out there with my puppet or with my camera or with, whatever prop I was playing with. And then I joined something called Mime Atlanta, which was a confederation of mimes in Atlanta doing all kinds of physical theater. And we performed a lot. We had the Atlanta Mime Festival, and we invited this guy named Avner Eisenberg to come be a headliner in our festival. And I opened for him. And at the end of the evening, when we were all done, we went to a party, and he said to me, "Why do you wear whiteface? You're not a mime. You're a clown." And I said, "I am?" He said, "Yeah. He said, you should think about dropping the whiteface and developing a character that's more in keeping with what you're doing," which was with props and with the audience. And that was the beginning of it for me. So I started doing that, and I eventually developed a show, which I would do in elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. And then I started doing what they call residencies in communities and getting booked doing that. Then I got a really good job. I ended up spending a year with Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. In their first year of Las Vegas, I was the quote lead clown in the show, and from there I got offered the original role of LeFou in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, and things just sort of took off from there. Yeah, so it's been a nice career. I can't complain.
It's all very exciting, and I'm going to have to get your autograph before I leave.
I don't give autographs.
Oh darn! But then you jumped into hospital clowning
Right.
at some point.
Right. So while I was living in New York doing Broadway, and then after I did Broadway, I got in touch with a guy named Michael Christensen, who had started the Big Apple Clown Care Unit, Big Apple Circus Clown Care Unit. And I knew Michael, and I knew most of the clowns in New York. And I asked him if he had any room for me. He said, yeah. So I became a medical clown, a hospital clown. And I went, I think, to like 3 or 4 different hospitals in New York City with a partner. Mm-hmm. And I did that until my wife and my son and I left New York in 2000. We came to Boston. and I ended up working with the Big Apple Circus Clown Care Unit at Boston Children's Hospital. Did that for about 3 or 4 years, and life and other pursuits got in the way, so I stopped doing that. And then I ended up with you guys.
Yeah, I met you, I'm going to admit it, over 20 years ago, and Jeannie Lindheim, who's the founder of our troupe, brought Kenny and some others in, but Kenny was the most fun. The first thing that I took as a workshop with you was playing with hats, and I use all that stuff now.
I know that.
You know that because we've partnered together now. And then eventually the troupe realized that we needed a really good artistic director. I sent Kenny an email, I think it was like, would you consider? And before I was done, I'm in. So
You got the email before you
it was amazing.
before you finished writing it.
Absolutely.
You got the.
That's how I knew he was going to be good.
Yeah.
He was going to be good.
Well, it's been great. I mean, I think we've really brought the troupe into the 21st century. You know,
Yeah.
think about it. I mean, I felt like my job, thank God, was not to do what you have to do. I mean, you do it, and you do it well.
Clowns in line.
No, you do it well, being the executive director and all that, and you are the glue and the pillow, if you will, of the program. And I'm the pain in the butt of the group. So I mean, because I'm the trainer, right? And I wanted these folks to understand what clown really was. It's not just being a caring person who wants to empower the child. It's about being the dumbest person in the room and giving the child the spotlight. But also, it's also about working with your partner and having that good relationship, good listening relationship, and picking up on the offers that your partner makes to you. And you know, it wasn't bad, but it could have gotten better, and I think it really, really has.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You've added a lot to our troupe.
Thanks.
And while you were here, we started in a new endeavor in elder clowning.
Yeah.
Which he's my partner often in elder clowning.
Yeah. So in the hospital, I wear a doctor's coat, and some clowns wear doctor's coats and call them Doctor this and Doctor that. I'm Dr. Minch. Don't mention it. And she's TikTok.
TikTok.
Why is that?
Because I always have time to play.
Oh, I see. And but in the we're doing this elder clowning now. We're working in memory care units, and so I don't go in as a doctor. I go in as a Mister. So I'm Mr. Minch, Melvin Minch. Yes, I won't mention it. And you are.
I'm Miss Millie.
Yeah.
Don't ask my first name. Oh no, don't ask.
What is it?
Oh, it's silly. I am Silly Millie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we do a lot of music with them, and some of it is with the people who are a little bit more aware. We can be funny, I guess, be more comic and a little bit more physical. But there's a lot of folks there who are deep in dementia, and so it's about reaching them on a very, very very, very intimate level. Maybe it's holding the hand or singing a quiet song or stroking their hand or
What I noticed at our gig on Friday, we saw a lot of people both in big groups and in bedrooms and in the lunch area. Whoever we saw, wherever they were, we met them at their level, and every time we left I would look back, which I do in every room, kid or adult, and they were smiling. And that was the goal.
Yeah.
Magdalena Schomburger has a wonderful term called a happiness hangover.
We leave a happiness hangover.
We leave they may not remember we were there, but they remember how they feel. Yeah. And that's our goal.
But it's interesting. A lot of those folks know us now.
They do.
Yeah. They know us, you know.
Yeah.
And their eyes open wide when we get there.
Yes.
So that's been great. That's really been. I think it's been kind of profound. In some ways, I'm more connected to it than with the kids. I mean, I love the kids too, but this has opened up a whole new
it really
place for us.
Yeah, with the kids, you're looking at someone who's looking ahead at life, and with the elders, you're looking at someone who's had a life and had a history, and you go in, you treat them with the dignity of someone who has lived.
Yeah.
And that's who we go to visit, is that whole person.
Yeah. And we've got a couple of people in the group in the place that are over 100 years old, and still have their some of their faculties in place. So to listen to their stories is something else.
Yeah, these are people that lived through the Depression and World Wars, and that's what they remember.
Yeah. And I think it's worth mentioning that the outfits are different.
Oh
right?
yes. Oh, I love my elder clown outfit. I look like I'm a clown that just stepped out of I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pillbox hat, pearls, big dress.
It's and I guess I look a little bit like Ricky Ricardo.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so that's good.
Well matched.
Yeah.
And I get to pick on him, and the ladies love it.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful group.
And I get to flirt with the ladies. So
they love that. They so appreciate a good-looking guy coming in and flirting. Yes. Yeah. And we may have more more growth coming up, and when we do, you'll hear about it in our next newsletter.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you.